Plaintiff Leanne Harris says while pregnant with the defendant's baby, he was constantly cheating on her. Leanne claims the defendant's other women harassed her by coming to her home and even physically fighting her. And now the defendant is denying paternity of her son, so she petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Tevin Holloway insists he never denied paternity of Liette's son. Tevin claims anytime he and Liette argue, she says she's going to have another man take care of the child. And she has even asked him to sign over his parental rights. So he hopes the DNA test will put an end to this once and for all.
Start with you.
Yes, I was on the show previously in 2016 for a paternity test with my ex-husband and our children because he did not want to pay child support. Unfortunately, I am back today petitioning the court for another DNA test for my little boy with Tevin.
How old is the child?
He is 4 months.
How old is your other child that you came here for before?
I have 3 that I came here before last time. They are...
came all at the same time?
All at the same time. Okay. After the case of me being on the show in 2016, I met Tevin. Around April, I found out I was pregnant. During that time, during the whole time, I caught Tevin cheating. A lot of times, girls were texting my phone, calling me, following me on the interstate, coming to my house. I've ended up getting into fights with them for no apparent reason because they just wouldn't leave me alone. He
lived with you?
Yes, we lived together.
Okay. Give me a little history on your relationship with Mr. Holloway.
I kind of fell for him pretty quick after the show with my ex-husband and everything.
How did you meet him?
I met him on Facebook.
Okay.
I fell for him quick because of me seeing how he took on to my kids, and previously on the show, my other kids.
He catfished you on that watch. See that watch? Hold it up. You saw that on Facebook and thought you had you a man with some money.
I ain't see that.
You got catfished. You broke his all daylight. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't know his financial status, but I know that's not real. You putting it on Facebook, you probably posing like that on Facebook.
Yeah, bending his arm.
Catfish, you know what that means. It's when someone pretends to be someone other than who they are on the internet, and when you see them, they're totally different. Because on that one, he was also muscle-bound, six-pack, wasn't he? You see him in person, and this is what you get. Just kidding. Just having fun with you. You know, I gotta have fun, sir. All right, so you all meet on Facebook, and how long after meeting each other on Facebook did you begin dating in person? How long did you see him after that?
Well, after we met on Facebook, we had actually seen each other in person, like, I want to say 4 or 5 days later. Okay. I drove to Alabama from Georgia to see him. But we were friends for a good bit of time, and then things started going over into a relationship, and then after that, I found out I was pregnant.
How many months after meeting him or weeks after meeting him were you pregnant?
Probably about 5, almost 6 months later, I found out I was pregnant with our little boy.
All right. Is that something you had looked forward to or you were open to?
It was a shock. It wasn't planned on either end.
All right.
But it just grew upon us after because we were still together. So
yeah, that's what babies usually do.
But yeah, it was a shock.
They grow.
But in the midst of all that, I was constantly catching Tevin cheating. It was one girl that just would never disappear out the picture, no matter what it was. Even after I had the baby, she still did not leave the picture.
How do you know?
Because I still caught text messages. She followed me to my house. She was following me on the interstate from Georgia to Alabama.
Wow.
So it got to the point to where me and her actually got physical because she kept harassing me. She was talking about me on Facebook, on Snapchat.
What was he saying or doing?
At this point, he was saying he was not talking to her anymore. He did not understand as to why she was still bothering me.
Did you suggest he give her a call?
Well, they were talking, but the conversation was like they were at it as well. Like they were arguing as well. So I couldn't really say if it was him just trying to cover up to act like he wasn't doing anything to me, or if they really weren't talking and she was just at me.
Yeah, sounds like it's tough to stage an argument. You seem pretty smart and insightful. You can probably see whether they faking or not.
And I did. I knew that they were still talking in the midst of all this. So we argued just about every day. Every week, he was wanting to move out and say he was going back to his mom's. We'd get into it. And in some of the arguments, sometimes he would say, well, is he mine? Or you can put me on child support. I'll get DNA test through child support. It was just always somewhere in that nature that, you know, you had possibility or doubt in your mind that he wasn't yours.
And it only came up when there was anger involved?
It was only when anger was involved.
Let me hear from you, sir. Give me some background.
Well, Your Honor, I met Leah Harris on Facebook, and we did get intimate in like 3 to 4 months, and we found out that she was pregnant like at 5 to 6 months into our relationship. And truth be told, I wasn't fully committed in the first beginning of the relationship, and it got to a point where, you know, it was bumpy, and we was off and on for like 2 months, I can say. But at the time when she was pregnant, we was trying to get back on where we picked off at. And I had to, you know, put it down on the table to where I was done cheating with all the lies and everything. And when that occurred, you know, sometimes we'll get into an argument after the fact that we have just had that talk. And when we do get into an argument, now what she just said, I didn't say, but what she does say is, I will have another man taking care of your kid. You need to sign over your rights. And so, like, when it comes down to it, like, it get up on my skin. So, like, that's mainly why I'm here.
You gave the impression he's the one that puts it in play, for lack of a better term, puts the baby in play. It has been said on
both ends, Your Honor.
Huh?
It has been said on both ends, Your Honor. I have said I will have another man take care of your child because I'm not going to beg you to take care of him.
But you said your child. You didn't question whether he was the father.
I've never questioned whether he was the father.
Sir, has she ever questioned? But you have. Why?
Because, first of all, who would want to, if I'm here physically and emotionally 100%, why would you want me to sign my rights over?
She's saying you weren't. She's saying all you do is argue, and you said that. All you all do is argue and fight.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes. Even though I'm the one that asked the questions, you said it polite enough that I will do so.
Your Honor, when you got two people that's intimate and, you know, they're having somewhat difficulties with their relationship, and I am standing here today with her, do you really think that I'm the bad person in this situation? Not saying that she's the bad person, but we both have faults.
We're just talking about one thing, and that is disclaiming the child. And it sounds like you do that when you get angry to try and hurt her. Sounds like to me, ma'am, he's doing that out of anger, trying to hit low. And what do you say to him before he says that?
Well, with me telling him he doesn't have to take care of the baby or whatever is
you saying the baby ain't mine then.
No, because when we get into it and he threatens to leave and go to his parents or whatever, he gets distance from the baby. He doesn't like. He'll still see me every day that we're arguing or something. We'll still see each other, or he'll ask me to come over or something. But it's like when we see each other, we're still at it, and the baby can be in the back seat or whatever, and he'll act like he doesn't exist or anything. And I'll ask him all the time, why do you act, you know, distance towards him or anything like that when we're into it? Because any other time, you're there. You're fully there. And I feel like regardless if we're arguing or not, you're his father. You should be there 24/7, being a father. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if y'all arguing and fussing and you saying y'all both talking crazy, no, that's not what he's thinking about. No, he's not thinking about the emotional bond and tied to the child. He's thinking about all this nonsense you all are engaged in. So if you wanted him to be more emotionally attached, then you all to reduce the arguing. Mm-hmm. Somebody has to be the bigger person. Yeah. Instead of, I'll get another man to take care of your baby. Well, it ain't my baby in the first place. How old are you all?
I am 22.
How about you?
26.
22. You way too young to think that you are emotionally capable of handling this nonsense and raising a 4-month-old. And you believe the child is yours or not?
Yes, sir.
But you just talk so crazy, you want to make sure, like the
I
other.
just want it out there so we don't have to worry about this anymore. We
Yes.
go on with our family.
Get all
life.
that crazy talk out the way. You going to child support services or?
No,
should.
I want us to try to fix our family and work on
Okay,
things.
and live together? Oh, good. You all live together now?
We do.
sir.
Oh, okay, good. Well, let's go get the results and have a happy ending, hopefully. Y'all gonna cross your fingers? Why you need to cross your fingers if you know? Uh-huh. Both of you said no, you don't need to cross your fingers because as you know, it is the case. You all just need to quit playing games like that because next it'll be when y'all fall out for a month or two at a time and you deny the baby. I'm not letting you see the baby. Go over that girl's house. Go over that woman. I ain't letting you take the baby over that woman's house. You be there, and I don't know what that woman is. And I ain't taking her over to the woman's house. She's coming to the house with me. Yeah, they coming to the house with you, but I know she be coming over there, and she don't wash and got them, got roaches over there. I don't want my baby bringing back no roaches. Well, forget it then. Boom, you frustrated. You don't see your baby because of this nonsense that he got about his girlfriend. All right, so hopefully you all can stop all that. You're the father, and so have a good day.
Can we start over?
Yes, we can. I just want you to know, with or without him being mine, I was gonna be behind y'all 100%.
All right.